SpiritsbyJaynee on YouTube, and also Messages from Heaven by Jaynee.net. That's on the web, and that has my reviews for my readings and some of my artwork. Let me move over a little bit so I'll be in the middle. Um, I didn't expect to get it on, but um, I talked to my guides, and they kind of wanted me to. Um, I wanted to talk about hard times. Life is always hard. Um, it just, the best life is still hard, no matter how wonderful your life progresses. It's still hard. Everybody has hard times. Um, everybody's animals die, parents die, close friends die, and sometimes you're left bereft, sometimes you're abandoned. I mean, things happen that I know some psychics say that, oh, it's on your contract and it's supposed to happen that way, and I don't believe that. But if you do, that's fine. It's fine, really. I just don't. I believe that there's a lot of random things in the universe. I forget the name of what it is where things just like go. I need to ask my son. He's a scientist. He can tell me. Um. Okay. I wanted to say that, and I wanted to say that sometimes it's depressing. When you get up in the morning, there are times you don't want to do anything. Um, it, the day looks depressing. You haven't even done anything, and you feel like crap. Um, it's just bad things are happening. You get accused of things. Not only did you not do them, but it would never have occurred to you to do them. And sometimes when there's so much going on in your life, all of a sudden more stuff pops up, and you're like, "How the hell is this happening? This is crazy. I can't handle." Sometimes you really feel like you can't handle anymore, and then you have to cut down. You got to cut back because you just can't do it. Um, I was looking at my psychic teacher's page pages, stuff that she writes, and she wanted people to do something. She wanted them to do something, and I just can't get too much happening, and it's just not possible. Here's the thing about depression: it's a feeling. It's a lousy feeling, but it's a feeling, and it'll go away. That's how it works. It's just a feeling, and then you get busy and you forget about it, and it might come back, and then it might go away again. If it stays, if you get to where you feel suicidal, that's different. That's serious stuff. And then find somebody to talk to about it, because you have a job here on earth. Okay, there are people who are supposed to, part of their job is to commit suicide, or their life is done, or I don't even know, but most of the time we do have a job here. We're supposed to take this life and learn as much as we possibly can. Be the people we are, that we can like, that we can love. Be that. Try to be the best person you can be. Um, I don't mean that smile at every jerk that you see, or, be nice to the nasty neighbor who cuts your tree down. That happened My husband planted a tree years ago, and the stupid neighbor cut it down on my mother's property. I mean, like, what? Well, he was a creep anyway. I mean, he was just a creep. And there are a lot of creeps. And thing is, there are a lot of people who are unhappy and they don't look in their lives. Oh, I hope it stops. Look in your life. Look at yourself. You know, um, be more if you can. Look at yourself and see what about yourself do you like? What are you happy about? If it's only your eyebrows, so what? Look at those eyebrows and be proud of them because they're good. And I'm being a little silly, but just appreciate who you are, your abilities, what you can be, what you can do, and a, give yourself permission to be yourself. And in some ways, it takes a while. We all have a dark side. We all have stuff we would rather never share with anybody. And people who really like us, we don't want them to know that we have this terrible temper and that we freak out and start screaming, or that we freak out and we start cursing at everybody. And we know the worst curse words that the sailors ever used. I mean, we think they don't know. Usually they've got an idea. Nobody's perfect. Nobody doesn't have a dark side. We all do. And the thing is that I grandmom, yeah, I am a grandmom. And I'm really proud, and I adore our my grandchildren. I adore them. They're wonderful. Um, I think that your grandmothers should adore you. Really, if you aren't getting that, and you have grandparents, tell them that they suck because you should be loved by them. That's their job. They don't really have to okay, maybe they have to work. Maybe they have to do jobs that suck. I don't know. But really, on earth, grandparents are really supposed to love their grandchildren. That's their purpose. We don't have a whole lot that we have to do anyway. All right. We do have a dark side. And the best thing is when you can somehow look at it and accept it and let it be. Know that it's there. Okay. You want to be a person you can like and love, but okay, maybe you don't love that dark side. You don't have to love it, but it is there and it's okay because we're all like that. We're human and that's how we are. Okay. And I always try to tell you that we have had many, many lives. You may be Indian today in this life, and if you come back again, you may be Russian, or you might be Dutch, or you might be Nigerian. We change in every life. I kind of feel like wherever there's an opening, we slip into that. Our family, well, our real family, are all spirits. And hopefully they have been a lot of humans. I'm not sure that every spirit is perfect because I know spirits who aren't. I don't mean that they're bad people. That's not what I mean. But they're surely not. I would hope they were better than what they are and would continue learning once they're up there. Like, you know, given the opportunity, I don't understand why people would not want to learn. All right, so this life, in this life, right now, you and I, We're the best. We are the best that we have ever been. This is the best right now. That doesn't mean you can't come back. Of course, you can come back. You're going to make the choice. If you want to come back, you'll come back. It is really your choice. Unless you're like Donald Trump, who might be forced to go back to something, someplace. I mean, somebody who's really evil doesn't get a choice. But I'm nobody would be watching me and be evil. I just can't imagine it. Why would you keep watching? Um, I think maybe that's it. I'm I have been talking to one of my past lives, I think the only one of whom I know in his name. And yes, we switch from male to female, um, gay to straight, anything. We just, because if we're in a different body and we get different DNA, we're different, we change, and we might be gay in one life and then we're a straight arrow in the next one. It's almost, to me, it's catch as catch can. If you have any questions, I don't know how you wouldn't have a question, but nobody ever seems to have questions. Don't be afraid to write to me. It's fine. Ask me questions. I would be thrilled to hear from you. Okay, that's write to SpiritsbyJaynee at gmail.com. How hard is that? SpiritsbyJaynee at gmail.com. And again, Messages from Heaven by Jaynee at YouTube. And the other one's Messages from Heaven by Jaynee.net. And you can, if you're very observant, you notice I just have little earrings on that are in the back because I wasn't really thinking about doing this. And I think I'm going to go downstairs and have some tea. It's been a very long day. It's been a tough day. If anybody has anything to say about dogs or cats, do it, because I love my animals. One of my cats is 19. My girl, who's a German Shepherd, but she's got something else there. I don't know what, because she's 16 and she's a German Shepherd, but her ears didn't go up. So she's got something, but she's very much a German Shepherd, watching, and she's dying. She's 16. That's really old. She got cancer. So anyway, there's a lot more going on. There's so much more going on. Life. Sometimes life is crap, and sometimes it's really nice. So don't worry about it. Try to be the best for you. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. People don't know you. You know you. And you may think you don't, but you really do. Sometimes it's really hard to you don't want to see what you got. But you will. And if you meditate even for 5 minutes, it helps. Okay. If you are interested in who you were or any of that kind of stuff, woo woo, I do that. I like doing that. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it. Have a great night. What is today? Today's Wednesday. So we're in the middle of the week. Enjoy. 14 minutes. Okay. Love you guys. Take it easy. Bye bye.